Live from the News Center, this is 7 on Your Side at Sid.
I said some harsh words on the phone. I didn't mean none of it, though.
In his own words, the man accused of shooting and paralyzing an upstate student from Greenville explains his regrets after the shooting.
And it's something we all do but never imagine will be in danger. A man was shot to death while pumping gas. His accused killers are now in jail. We'll tell you what investigators are saying about it. First at 6, he broke the law and got caught while serving as Welford's police chief. Now he has a new job in that same city.
Chris Guys, who we're talking about, he pleaded guilty to misconduct in office just 2 years ago. Now Welford has hired Guy as its new city administrator. Investigative reporter Gordon Dill is digging for answers tonight.
It was 2011 when Welford Police Chief Chris Guy resigned. He and former Mayor Sally Peak faced state charges of misconduct in office. The indictment accused Guy of misusing funds and of using town property to run his own private business. Guy pleaded guilty in December 2013 and now is back at work in Welford's town hall. Instead of running the police department, he's running the city. Hired as city administrator at the request of new mayor Patricia Watson. Minutes from the July 20th council meeting show Watson told council members the new administrator would help with grants and assist her with other duties. But we've had no luck getting Mayor Watson to say exactly what those new duties are. After calling Friday morning and again Monday, we brought our camera to City Hall. We're told the mayor is here, but we've asked several times to speak to her about deciding to hire Chris Guy as city administrator. She will not come out and answer our questions, and we're told she will not be doing so in the future. We also reached out to Chris Guy and to several members of Welford City Council. No one has returned our calls. The city still has not answered our questions about the new administrator's salary, which is a public record under South Carolina law. In Welford, Gordon Dill, 7 on Your Side.
Chris Guy agreed to pay a fine after his guilty plea.
Gordon will be at the next Welford City Council meeting to get answers about Guy's new job as city administrator.
Well, we have developing news for you right now tonight. The Greenwood County coroner says a man drowned in Lake Greenwood at Harris Landing. The call came in around 12:45 this afternoon. The Greenwood County coroner says it appears William Elliser of Monk's Corner drowned accidentally. There will be an autopsy that will take place tomorrow.
I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, really? The little town of Clinton? I just couldn't believe it.
That's the reaction a lot of people had when they heard what happened yesterday at an upstate gas station. Investigators say 1 minute a man was pumping gas. The next minute, he was dead. Now these 2 people are facing charges, murder charges in that shooting. This all happened at the Corner Mart in Clinton at Highway 76 and Torrington Road. Mike Manzoni is there live with the very latest tonight. Mike.
The Lawrence County Sheriff's Office says surveillance video captured that shooting here, and now we have not gotten a chance to view it yet because the Sheriff's Office is not yet releasing it. What we are getting a look at are the 2 suspects who are in jail tonight after deputies say they spent several hours on the run. Marvin Watson and Ziriah Copeland are sitting in a Lawrence County jail tonight, a day after deputies say Watson shot and killed a man at this gas station off Highway 76.
Kind of a shocker, you know.
Investigators say Watson killed David Anderson just before 5 o'clock while he pumped gas. Deputies later tracked down and arrested both Watson and Copeland just hours after the shooting. Copeland faces an accessory after the fact of felony murder charge. Deputies also found the car they say the 2 used to drive to the gas station and get away. But investigators say they don't think either Watson or Copeland knew the victim, so they're not sure about a motive.
My heart is really just racing now.
Erica Williams lives right around the corner from the gas station. She says she comes here to fill up all the time.
So surprising that you just can't even pump gas anymore. You can't really go anywhere anymore. It was just an innocent, an innocent man just getting gas, just like it could be me. I'm here pumping gas, like they say, you're here today and you're gone tomorrow.
An autopsy on the victim's body was scheduled for sometime today in Greenville. We should mention that we did stop by that victim's family's house. They did not want to speak with us. We also reached out to the Corner Mart corporate headquarters to see if they had a statement. We have not heard back yet. For now, we're live in Clinton in Lawrence County. Mike Manzoni, 7 on Your Side.
Mike, thank you for that. We had a look at the suspect's rap sheets. Watson has several drug convictions. Copeland has convictions for assault and battery, disturbing schools, and shoplifting. Meanwhile, tonight, police are trying to figure out what happened to a man found dead on the side of a road in Honea Path. Police found the body at Rouse Street and U Street early Saturday morning. Officers say the man had a wound to the back of his head. Police identify the man as Gary Robinson, and they want to know where Robinson had been before his death. If you have information, you can reach Honea Path Police at 864-369-2424.
Right now, jury deliberations about to begin for the man accused of shooting a USC student in Columbia. Today, Michael Smith took the stand and explained what happened the night prosecutors say he paralyzed Martha Childress. Smith told that court that he had a gun on him for protection the night of the shooting back in 2013. Smith said multiple shots were fired toward him and he shot back once. Prosecutors say that shot paralyzed Childress. Smith also told the jury he regrets some of the things he said about Childress during a phone call while in jail.
I said some harsh words on the phone. I didn't mean none of it, though. I was in the heat of the moment. You know, I made a lot of mistakes.
He says he did not try to speak with her during her recovery, but he did pray for her. He also denied multiple times being a gang member during cross-examination. The defense team for the Charlotte police officer accused of killing an unarmed man resumed playing a video interview today of another officer on the scene, hoping that it would help their case. Officer Randall Carrick is accused of shooting Jonathan Farrell multiple times in September 2013. Another officer, Adam Neal, testified earlier in the trial that he never considered pulling out his gun and thought the situation required physical force to restrain Farrell. But in a video interview, Neal says when he arrived on the scene, Farrell was already advancing toward Carrick and said he thought the encounter was going to be tough.
Well, since the tragic shooting death of 9 Emmanuel AME church members in Charleston, some lawmakers are pushing for tougher gun laws. Now, one senator has pre-filed bills today that aim to ban assault weapons and strengthen background checks. Senator Marlon Kimpson's proposal would make sure the state information not available on federal background checks is not overlooked. The bill also asks gun owners to register their guns with SLED so there is a more accurate gun tracking system. Kimpson says the state must take action before there's another tragedy. Well, not everyone's getting rain out there right now. That could change, though, for many of us later tonight. Chief Meteorologist Christy Henderson's here with the latest. Christy.
All right, Tom, we're tracking a lot of shower activity, a few thunderstorms out there, no severe weather. And I think overall severe weather chances will stay very low for us for the next couple of days. The primary threat might just be some ponding on roads and isolated flooding. As you can see, the rain is very spotty in our mountain zone and our foothill zone tonight. We've had a new thunderstorm pop up in the southern part of Greenwood County where highs were near 90 degrees today. That one's creeping northward. So if you're in Greenwood, you can see how dark the skies are just down to your south. That heavy rain is moving in your direction and then into northeast Georgia from Stevens County into Franklin County, Hart County. Seeing a lot of thunderstorm activity right now with heavy rain on the increase in Oconee and Anderson counties. And of course, some of that's impacting I-85 as well. So showers will continue to work eastward. Our rain chances stay with us overnight and into tomorrow morning as a lot of students start their first day of school and as others start their second day of school. We're having another chance for some showers and a few storms. I'll talk more about that in the forecast coming up.
All right, Christy, thank you. New at 6, presidential Republican candidate Mike Huckabee is getting a little help from his wife on the campaign trail. Today, Janet Huckabee spoke at the Upstate Republican Women's Luncheon in Greenville. She shared with this group the direction her husband would like to take the country if elected president. And she says it'll take the next president 2 terms to get America back on track. She also says campaigning can be rigorous.
Well, it's brutal, and if Mike and I always say if you can't stand the sight of your own blood, don't do it, because it's he always describes it like this. It's like sticking your face into a fast-moving fan.
Wow, that's an image to think about. Huckabee was asked what issues she would tackle as First Lady. She responded it depends on whatever issue is critical at the time, but has always been a supporter of Habitat for Humanity and finding a cure for Alzheimer's.
Meantime, Jeb Bush returns to South Carolina, this time visiting with people in Charleston. Today he met with veterans. The campaign says attendees included Medal of Honor recipient Kyle Carpenter and former Veterans Affairs Secretary Anthony Principi. More Republican presidential candidates are coming to the upstate next week. Scott Walker, Ted Cruz, Ben Carson, all scheduled to attend the 5th annual Faith and Freedom Barbecue in Anderson, happening August 24th. Doors open to the public 6 p.m. The event starts at 6:45. Remember, during campaign 2016, we're taking the questions you want answered straight to the candidates. Email your questions to voter@WSPA.com or you can post them to our Facebook page.
Next on 7 on your side at 6. Children in Greenville are heading back to school, which means there will be more traffic on the roads and more law enforcement out there watching you. We're going to tell you how you can avoid getting a ticket.
And coming up in just a few minutes, we'll talk about how our temperatures are going to be milder thanks to those rain chances that will be around this week. I'll talk more about how much rain we could see in your 5-zone forecast coming up.